Today we got ourselves 2 boxes of Festival Collection 2023 or Festival Booster 2023. This is by far the best Festival Collection that we've gotten, at least for Overdress, just because of the way that Bushiroad has handled the set list, and I hope that they continue this pattern going further in the future. Just like how I hope you're checking out Saga Concepts for all of your product needs. Make sure you check out the link in the description down below to help yourself and help the channel out. So there's a lot of good stuff in this set, as you can vaguely see here. So we have ourselves 2 over triple rares. There's 4 types. 2 of them are the new regalias. 2 of them are the new over triggers that we've briefly gone over on the channel. And then we've got ourselves 12 different type of triple rares. I believe 6 of them are for the new Nation grade 3 cycle cards, and then the rest are all dress-up versions of the set 1 Lyrical Girls. Then in double rare, we've got 16 types, which I think are all just support for Lyrical. And commons, we've got ourselves 33 types. These are going to be all triggers. Each nation got a set of triggers, just basic triggers. And then we also got ourselves some reissue plus and reissue rares. So these are actually reprints. So this set just has about everything. It has reprints, has new over triggers, has cards that can be used in any deck. Let's go ahead and just open this bad boy up. The pack here is just the same as the box. Nothing's fancy here. The colors are pretty decent. Let's go ahead and open this up here. These are going to be rather quick because, of course, there are only 3 cards per pack here. And I think they all follow the same pattern of a basic reprint in common. So not only did the triggers get reprinted, but also the stuff from the trial decks that were kind of hard to get. So these got reprinted. Every pack, I think, comes with a trigger, and then comes with a either double or triple rare. And our first here is going to be Ernest Correct Clarissa. Or I should say the new dress-up version here in Holy Egg Festival Praxis Committee Chief Clarissa. So this has the dress-up ability that says, during this fight, this card is also regarded as a specified card. Ernest Correct Leader Clarissa there. And this has 2 scales. If you persona around this turn, this cost can be paid with Soul Blast 1. Otherwise, you discard a grade 3 with Clarissa in its card name from your hand, search your deck or drop for up to 1 aim to be the strongest idol, reveal it, and put it into your hand. And if you search your deck, shuffle your deck. So this fixes the main issue that Clarissa had, is that aside from being dependent on a full board of rear guards, you also need to search a order that you can only, of course, play 4 copies of, and once you use it, you have to try and get it back. So this is great. So you just immediately get it, and you can go ahead and activate the game plan. The order lets Clarissa attack, I think it's 2 additional rearguard circles, or just circles in general when she attacks. So for a total of 3, which is great. Then she has the skill that when the attack hits, you draw 2 cards. The original one was only going to draw 1. And all of your rear guards with Ernest Correct in your card name get 5k power to the end of the turn. So if you hit all 3 attacks, you draw a lot, and a bunch of your rear guards get a bunch of power. But of course, with the Gandiva being a thing, Clarissa's not having the best time. And we got ourselves a Dragon Empire draw trigger here. We've got ourselves the Jewel Core Dragon, which is really nice. And then we've got this absolutely amazing card here, looking card at least, the Elbard X Striker. So this is one of the new Psycho cards here. This one's for Brancate. This is the grade 3. They all share this first ability here, where on rearguard or on Guardian Circle, if your opponent drive checked or damage checked and revealed a trigger this turn, this unit gets 10k power and 10k shield. So it on offense makes sure that this hits regardless of your, if your opponent checks a trigger. Also on defense, it allows you to get 10k shield. So even if your opponent gets a trigger to get power, this makes it so that the attack is blocked, because you have the extra 10k shield all of a sudden. Then act on rearguard circle once per turn. You Soul Blast 1 and perform all of the following. This unit gets boost in 2k until the end of the turn, so it becomes a 15k booster. And you can remove an over trigger from your drop, and it gets the continuous ability where your back row rearguard circle. If it's in the back row rearguard circle, all your front row units get 5k power to the end of the turn. So this is pretty nifty. All of them have an effect where they do something and then they get an additional effect if you remove the over trigger from drop. Next up, we've got the grade 2 from the youth ride line. We've got the Keter draw trigger here, and we got ourselves our first double rare here in the perfect tailoring Krukel. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, counterblast 1, and at the look at the top 7 cards of your deck and choose up to 1 card with the dress up ability from among them, put it to your hand and shuffle your deck. This is actually generic. You can be used in any of the new dress up decks, which is any of the first 5 lyrical girls. So got ourselves a front trigger here for wow. Got ourselves a front trigger for Keter, and then we actually got ourselves the beautiful Festa Magica Willista here. I can't believe I actually pulled one of these. This is one of the FRs, aside from the robot dude that we saw, that I really wanted to get, because this looks so cute and it looks so beautiful. And they've done something special this time around where, at least only for the lyrical girls, the dress-up girls specifically, where the FRs are actually kind of different. So the normal Willista isn't winking at you, which is really cool. Awesome. So of course this has the dress-up ability with the original Prigs Magica Willista. Then it says, when this is placed on Vanguard Circle, discard a card from your hand, choose a gem card from your soul or drop and put it to your hand. Then you can Soul Blast a gem and you perform all the following according to the name of the card Soul Blasted for this cost. So if it's the Sapphire, you look at the top 5, choose up to 2 units from among them and call them. If it's the Two-Hearted Ruby, this unit gets 15k power to the end of the turn. And then we have a new gem in this set, which counts as both of them. So that's amazing. I don't even need any more cards. This is so good. And then for our double rare, got ourselves Together With You Seraphiel here. So this says, when this is placed on rearguard circle, choose a card grade 3 with Celestial in its card name from your drop and put it on the bottom of the deck. Then on White Wings, in the back row rearguard circle, when your unit with Celestial in its card name is placed on Vanguard circle during the battle phase, you can stand this unit. So Celestial now has the ability where she can actually re-ride mid-battle phase. So this is actually a booster that will restand alongside with her. But wow, I'm so happy. So we got a reprint of Gracia here. Then we've got ourselves the front trigger from Sterkea. And finally our first reprint here in the Steam Battler Gun Ram. I'm actually pretty excited to get these reprinted, even though early on I did buy a bunch of Gun Rams. But I'm already out because like so many decks play this now, so it's nice to get an extra copy. Actually, I haven't even seen this one. This was so cute. This is a front trigger for Lyrical. So we've got this little pufferfish with a bow tie or a tie. That's adorable. A collar and a tie. We've got ourselves a foil here, Clapping Dragon. Very nice. And then we've got ourselves Find It Un Dos Tuas La Palcana. So this says, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you persona roll this turn, you counterblast 1. Choose up to 2 of your other rear guards, return them to your hand, and this unit gets 10k power to the end of that battle. So this is another cycle card. This is similar to the ones we got in set 9. So Lyrical is basically playing catch up in this set, which is why they're getting a bunch of cycle cards. But this one's pretty good in stuff like Kyrie, and I think in a lot of decks actually, especially considering that you can, keep your cards safe from Gandiva. And we got the Diva of Atraxia, Georgina. Very cute trigger that I'll be using on just about all of the decks for Lyrical. Then we got the Critical Trigger for Dragon Empire. Looks pretty cool. And then we got ourselves a reprint here of the Transparent Snowy Knight Beltoi, which is the effect draw trigger for Lyrical. It looks really nice. So much better than the original one, because the original one was just on rare foiling, but this is just the double rare foiling. Looks really good. Then we got the draw trigger for Brancade here. We've got ourselves the grade 1 for Youth, and then we got ourselves a reprint here of the Diablos Girls Natalie here, the effect front trigger for draw states, which is nice because this is actually in foil as well. It's very nice to see. Okay, so we got ourselves Jewel Neal here, as well as the very cute Silky Sky Actress for Dark States, a new draw trigger. And then we've got ourselves another double rare here For Carissa, this is Earnest Correct Follower Nexilla. In your hand, if you have a Vanguard with Clarissa in its card name, you can counterblast 1. Put this into your soul, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets the ability, on hand and on rearguard circle, where if it attacks, if you played the order this turn, choose one of your rearguards and restand it to the end of the turn. So now Clarissa can very easily get 5 attacks. She could already get 5 attacks if you had 2 of the same restander, but now you don't have to pay the counterblast to do that. So cool. We've got the last pack here for this first box here. So far, so good. We've got ourselves the Intrepid Spinner, who has some, she got them things on her. Then we've got ourselves the Analysis Threshing Bright Trim. And our last card here is, of course, the Regalias piece. So every box comes with an RRR. It's either one of the Regalias or one of the Overtriggers. I thought it was one of each. Like in each box you got an Overtrigger and a Regalia, but never mind. This is the Evergreen Trans Spear. So this is a Regalias piece, so you can only have one of these in your deck, and you can only use one per fight. You can play this with Soul Blast 1, choose one of your units, and it gets 25k attack to the end of that battle. So this is, of course, a Blitz order. Then you can choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets the ability where all of your opponents' 100 million or greater units get -1 crit to the end of that turn. So this is an anti-Overtrigger card, which is pretty nifty in some matchups, especially ones that don't benefit from the other Regalia unless you search out a grade 3 or grade 4, or from the Persona Ride one. Let's see if we can do this one, even though I don't think these really go for display often. Oh, snapped it. That's one. That's one we failed on. And let's go ahead and do this again here on the first one that we actually opened here. There we go. So this one was actually a success. This one we actually managed to do, but the other one we failed on. So, you know, 50-50, we'll give it another shot. I'll see how it works on set 11 when we get that. Yeah, we've got the Tier Knight Costas for Circea, very nice looking critical trigger here. Then we've got ourselves the Fluffy Lady Godlive for lyrical critical trigger that I'll be using for all of my critical triggers needs. Then we've got ourselves our Dragon Empire grade 3 cycle card in the Forceful Ember Dragon Red Exert Dragon. It has the same effect as the previous one, where it gets 10k attack or shield if your opponent checks a trigger. Then it says when this unit attacks a Vanguard, you counterblast 1, perform all of the following. Choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it, and if you did not retire, draw a card. And remove an Overtrigger from your drop, and it gets 15k power to the end of that battle. So this is presumably one of the worser cycle cards, unfortunately, from the effects of it and just the nation that it is in. This is, of course, the second box of Festival Collection. Okay, we got ourselves the Heal Trigger again, as well as the Crit Trigger, and we got ourselves a reprint of the Patrol Robo Detracop, which I'm really excited about because it is very hard to get these in SP. I managed to get a box of set 3 while I was in a Anime Expo, and I managed to actually pull the SP of this, but those things are like $100, so it's nice to have this trigger in foil, because screw that SP nonsense. Alright, we've got the full ride line for youth here, because now we've got the grade 0. We've got this really cute heal trigger for Keter Sanctuary. And we've got ourselves the Ghost grade 3 cycle card for Lyrical here. So this has the same effect as the other ones. And also says, at the end of the battle, this unit attacked while boosted, you Soul Blast 1 and perform all of the following. Choose one of your other rearguards in the same column as this unit and return it to your hand. Also, you can remove an Overtrigger from your drop, choose up to 1 unit with grade less than or equal to your Vanguard from your hand, and you can call it to rearguard circles. You can get an extra attack with this if you manage to either guard with the Overtrigger or check it on your turn. So, pretty good. Got ourselves Jewel Neal again, and then we've got ourselves a beautiful foil copy of Katwala here. Very nice. Love to see that. And then we've got ourselves Crokel again. So glad to see another one of her. Got ourselves a front trigger here for Dragon Empire, as well as the starter for Dragged Jeweled. So we've got the full set of that as well. And we finally got ourselves our first over trigger here in the Spiritual Cane of Ignition, Balmat here. So this, like any over trigger, whenever it is drive or damage check, you give a unit 100 million power and you draw one card and remove this from the game. However, if you drive check this, you get an additional effect where you choose one of your standing rear guards and it gets the ability or auto on rear guard circle once per turn. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked, you restand this unit. Then it also says that if you did not choose a card, so you don't have a card to choose, you only have one unit in your Vanguard, you draw a card and you choose up to one unit from your hand and call it to rear guard circle, which is really cool. Got ourselves the beautiful actress again. We got ourselves the draw trigger for Brankate, and then we got ourselves the Blaze Maiden Parma here, which is great because these are really hard to get right now. And we got the front trigger for Dark States, the front trigger for Brankate, and then we've got ourselves the Holy Angel of Blessings, Alastil here. So this has the dress up ability with the original, and it says at the beginning of your main phase, choose a card from your bind zone and put it into your hand and bind the top card of your deck. On Black Wings, this gets the ability where act on Vanguard Circle once per turn. You discard a card from your hand, search your deck for up to one card with the Black Wings ability, call it to Rear Guard Circle, and shuffle your deck. Then on White Wings, the more important ability here is auto on Vanguard Circle. At the end of the battle, if this unit attacked, you count blast one, discard a card from your hand, and you search your deck for up to one card with the original card name Archangel of Twins Wings Alastil and write it as stand. And it gets -1 drive until the end of the turn. If you search your deck, shuffle your deck. I believe it has to be the original one. You can't write the dress up version, but I might be wrong about that. Okay, we got the grade 1 for youth again. We got a front trigger for Keter. And then we've got ourselves the Psycho card, the grade 2 Psycho card that lets you call put your units back into hand when you Persona Ride. We got ourselves the draw trigger here for Dragon Empire, as well as the Jewel Core. And finally, we got ourselves again the Earnest Correct Follower here, the one that lets you get an extra attack in Clarissa. And then we've got the last pack here from the last box of Festival Collection that we'll be opening up right now. We'll end it just like how we started here with the Kofri. Then we've got ourselves the Hue Trigger, the Battle Siren Dorcia, or Surikea, and the last card we actually get is the reprint of Eileen. Very nice. Of course, if this was Utica, that'd be a lot better, but getting reprints of Eileen is pretty cool as well. So for the first box, for the sort of normal reprints of the Ryan deck, of the trial deck stuff, we did pretty okay at that. If I had to put a value on this, I'd say we've got maybe like $1.50 out of this. The triggers, since there's, you know, each pack has at least a trigger, I don't see a lot of value of these, so we'll just round these up to maybe $2, a very high estimate there. And then where the big money comes in here is, of course, in the other stuff. This alone, I think, is going to be about $5. It'll probably go down to like $2. So let's just put this at $3 for now, rounding us up at $5. This, I don't expect this to be more than $1. These two here might be worth a pretty penny, to be honest. So this puts us as $6. These might actually be at $2, so that puts us as $10. This is actually going to be worth quite a lot, I believe. Maybe not as much as some of the other Psycho cards, but I think we'll put this at $4, so that puts us as $14. Gun Ram, I think, is going to be worth at least $3, so that puts us at $17. We'll leave that for last. This is for Alastil. I don't expect this being too much. This is going to be $19. This might actually be worth a bit, so I'm going to put this at $3 for like $21. This here, I think might be worth, not a lot. Let's just say $2, just because it looks cool. Might be even less than that. I think only really Avantgarde plays this. So let's put this at $1 for $22. Clarissa, I don't see being worth more than $1. So that puts us at $23, I believe, for the price of what we got, which is pretty good. You know, at like $30, $40, I almost got my money back if I were to sell this, but of course, the Wallista trumps all of that because this is going to be about $200. So I broke positive very easily on this first box here, thanks to the Wallista. The second box is a little bit different. I don't expect most of these to be worth too much, but of course the Kadwala I expect to be worth a bit, considering that it is a card that was pretty hard to get back in the day. So I'll put this at $5 here. Of course, these are kind of whatever, so we'll just put that at $5.25 for now. Then moving on to the other cards that we've got that are of higher rarity. Eileen, I think, is only going to be worth like $2. So that's, we'll drop the 25 cents for now and just say that this is $7. This we'd value it at $1, so this is going to be $8. This we said $5, so that's going to be $13. Elasteel, I'm going to say maybe like $2, right? 13, 15 to round it up. This might be $2, so for 17. We'll get back to that guy. This, I think I might have said it was like $3. So that puts us at about 20. This I think is only going to be about $1, so 21. This I think is actually going to be like $4, so that's 25. This is going to be nothing, so this will round this out to I think like 25. You put in the cents that we had in, and I actually think like this guy is actually going to be closer to like $10 for a bit. Maybe drop down to about 8. Let's just say 10 for the sake of it. So we pretty much got the price of the box with all of the cards that we got in the second set, which is pretty good. So we came out super positive between the first set and the second set, so really cool. But hey, till next time, take care of yourselves and each other, play Vanguard, and have yourselves a damn good one.